Long ago, in the great kingdom of Uzuland, there was joy, prosperity, and peace. The land was blessed with fertile soil, flowing rivers, and a mighty army that kept enemies at bay. But all of that changed when the beloved Princess Adana fell gravely ill. The finest healers in the land tried their best, but no medicine, no spell, no ritual could cure her. The elders spoke of an ancient legend. The only thing that could save her was the mystical egg of life, hidden deep within the cursed evil forest. Many feared the forest, for no one who had entered had ever returned. Desperate to save his daughter, King Obadele issued a decree: whoever returns with the egg of life shall marry the princess and become heir to the throne. 7 of the kingdom's greatest warriors stepped forward, ready to face the dangers ahead. But fate had its own plans. The 7 warriors, clad in armor and armed with swords, spears, and charms of protection, set out on their perilous quest. Among them was Jide, a skilled hunter, who loved the princess dearly. But the king had once rejected his love for Adana, claiming he was not of noble blood. Though Jide was not chosen as one of the warriors, he secretly followed them, determined to prove his worth. As the warriors entered the evil forest, they encountered an eerie silence. A towering statue stood before them, carved in the image of an ancient god. The eldest warrior, Ajagu, laughed and struck the statue with his sword. "Is this the great evil forest? Ha! There is nothing to fear," he boasted. But the moment his blade touched the statue, it came to life, its stone eyes glowing red. The guardian of the forest had been awakened. With a swift strike, it crushed Ajagu, shattering his bones into dust. The remaining 6 warriors fled in terror. Determined to move forward, the warriors journeyed through a murky swamp. The second warrior, Omoni, led the way, stepping onto what seemed to be solid ground. But the moment he took another step, the swamp shifted. Ghostly hands emerged, grabbing his legs, pulling him deeper into the abyss. The warriors tried to save him, but the swamp swallowed him whole, his screams echoing into the void. They had no choice but to continue without him. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the trees seemed to whisper their names. The third warrior, Ekene, was the first to respond, drawn by the voice of his late mother calling out to him. "My son, come to me." Bewitched, he wandered off the path. The moment he stepped into the darkness, the trees came alive. Vines wrapped around him, thorns piercing his flesh. The warriors could only watch in horror as the trees dragged him into their depths, his body vanishing into the cursed woods. The 4 remaining warriors pressed on, but danger lurked ahead. A river blocked their path, and at its center lay a sleeping serpent, its scales shimmering like fire. Nnamdi, the 4th warrior, attempted to cross first, stepping on stones to avoid the water. But one wrong step awakened the beast. The fire serpent lunged, its mouth engulfing him in flames before he could even scream. His ashes scattered in the wind, and the remaining warriors fled in horror. Tired and grieving, the last 3 warriors stumbled upon a golden palace, seemingly untouched by the darkness of the forest. Inside, a feast awaited them, and seated at the table was the princess herself. "You have done well, my heroes," she said. "Come, eat and claim your reward." Bewitched by the illusion, Obi, the 5th warrior, ran forward, embracing the false princess. The moment he touched her, she vanished into smoke, and the golden palace crumbled. The ground beneath him split open, and he fell into an endless pit. His cries were swallowed by the void. The last 2 warriors, Olisa and Ugo, found themselves before the final gate. But standing in their way was the Shadow King, the true ruler of the evil forest. "Only one may pass," the dark figure said. Desperate to claim victory, Olisa betrayed his companion, stabbing Ugo in the back. But the moment Ugo fell, the Shadow King laughed. A heart filled with betrayal shall never claim the egg of life. Olisa screamed as shadows consumed him, dragging him into eternal darkness. Jide, who had been following the warriors from a distance, watched all of this unfold. He had no sword, no armor, only his hunting skills and his love for the princess. He stepped forward, facing the Shadow King. "You are not like the others," the Shadow King said. "You do not seek power or glory. What is it that you desire?" "I only wish to save Princess Adana," Jide replied. The Shadow King smiled. "Then you have already proven yourself worthy." With a wave of his hand, the darkness lifted, and the egg of life appeared before Jide. He took it and rushed back to the kingdom. When Jide returned, the kingdom was in mourning, believing the warriors lost. But as he presented the egg of life, hope was restored. The egg was crushed into a potion, and as Princess Adana drank it, life returned to her eyes. The king, filled with gratitude, looked at Jide. "You alone survived. You alone proved your worth. I was wrong to deny your love. You shall marry my daughter and be my heir." And so, Jide and Princess Adana were wed in a grand celebration. The tale of the 7 warriors was told for generations, a reminder that true strength lies not in power or status, but in a pure heart. And thus, the legend of the Egg of Life was forever remembered in the land of Uzuland.